Hello, ladies and gentlemen. It's a chess show on Pod TV. My name is Sasha Star, and today we have as our guests two professors. One is Ken Regan. Welcome to the show.
Thank you very much for having me on again. I'm in my professorial office.
Yeah, we can see that. And then we have Professor Dan Fleetwood. Welcome to the show, Dan.
Sasha, hi, Ken. Very happy to be able to join you today.
Okay. Hope your internet connection will be good. And let's start with now it's time for Nobel Prize.
Yeah, the chess thing is
didn't go well for us. Donald Trump, unfortunately, didn't get that. So let's hope next year he will be prime candidate. What about Zelensky? I just said before we started the show that yesterday Zelensky made very interesting pledge to Trump. If he will be able to have peace between Russia and Ukraine, then Ukraine will nominate him for a peace prize. And I thought, geez, it's a day before the prizes, and how Trump ever can do it. But what Zelensky didn't say which year Nobel Peace Prize he would be nominated. Probably next year, not this one. Yeah. So what's happening in the physics?
The physics Nobel intersects both of our areas. Mine on the numerical side, quantum computing, because it's a possible enabling technology for quantum computing, but Dan more intimately on the physics side. So why don't you describe?
Okay.
Yeah, it was exciting because when I started my physics career, my thesis topic at Purdue was to measure low frequency noise, and low frequency noise was being investigated by a group led by John Clark. And so they made some seminal contributions in the mid 1970s. And we were one of several groups that were checking some of their predictions. And those particular predictions turned out to be incorrect. And so my first paper actually touched on work of Richard Voss and John Clark. And John Clark is one of the group of three along that has received the Nobel Prize. And so later on, Clark's group contributed to actually the correct theory of low frequency noise in metals. And at about that same time, they were working on macroscopic quantum tunneling, and that's the work that was recognized. So when I saw that, I was just really pleased that, first of all, it was someone I knew. And second of all, it's always good when the prize is awarded to worthy recipients. All three of the individuals have had spectacular careers in low temperature physics, condensed matter physics, and their work is, as Ken pointed out, paving the way towards quantum computing using superconductors.
Yeah. So.
Wow, fascinating.
Yeah, all interesting for us. But what you did, Dan, might be analogized to going over a chess game with an engine and finding out that some of the moves could be improved, or at least the analysis. So,
okay, I think we should talk about the final of Grand Chess Tour. Specifically, the final papers. Remember?
It's okay. I'm gonna visit St. Louis first. Because we have two former world champions, Garry Kasparov and Vishy Anand, facing each other, but playing fast chess with Chess 960. So I'm going to show this. I'm going to show two games, one very short. Whoops, I'm going to do that last maybe. Actually, these two things I have teed up for last. Here is the short one. Yes, this is the short one. So a little embarrassing, but actually, so tell me when you see the game. This game has a couple of instances where chess 960 really is psychedelic, but then going to the GCT final, you can have psychedelic chess from the standard position as well. So here we go, chess 960 setup. Does it appear on your screen?
Yeah, it looks good.
Okay,
Yeah.
so Slav defense, except the bear kings are facing each other, which is not allowed in Japanese chess or Chinese chess. Sorry, Chinese chess. So already one king covers each other, and the game, So the other interesting thing is Black's knight on f8 is really hanging. You don't think of pieces.
Yeah, that's right. I didn't even notice that. Wow, it'd be so easy to just drop it.
So White has a normal opening edge in this position, and White's bishop on d3 has a very important role to play that Black maybe doesn't appreciate in offering this time-wasting trade of bishops. So now, interestingly enough, we played only 10 moves, and Stockfish says that White already has a very substantial advantage. And the advantage is realized by a move that you wouldn't expect here. White's king is castled queenside, it looks like, but actually the king started on c1 and White's rook started on d1. So castling kingside is legal.
Oh, come on.
Yes, and now Black's king is exposed because Black has moved the rook to d6 and recapturing the bishop. And so, after Black's bishop on e8 and move out of the way, cannot castle kingside and return. Now, White's queen is rather boxed in, but this is where Black is going to regret having traded off the dark squared bishop. So Black castles queenside. That's legal queenside castling in this position. Okay, but now with h4, we see the horrible point. Not only is this initiative on the king side, but White's queen is going to come to h2. So Black plays f6, queen h2, no opposition there, whereas White's bishop on d3 keeps Black's queen boxed in. Okay, now White is looming up for an attack. Black tries to get out of the way, but now the rook is pinned to the king. So White plays e4. Turns out the engine says White should just build up slowly, a3, b4, and with a really searing initiative, and it's going to take Black's queen a lot more time to join the game. But anyway, e4 is natural too and does not give away White's advantage. Black tucks the king in the corner. White plays e5. And now, unfortunately, Anand made us just a simple losing move. Played rook c7, and that was hanging the rook.
Oh,
so resigned. So, unfortunate. Now, Kasparov has jumped out to a very big lead, but the lead should not have been quite as great because Anand really played well in this game, but lost on time. You mind, they're playing a fairly slow pace of rapid. 25 instead of 15 minutes with a 10-second increment. But and also the clocks don't match the story of what happened in this game.
This is the same starting position?
Same starting position.
What were the rules for this match?
Yeah, I'm not sure. I think and it wasn't return games, White-Black, with the same starting position because Kasparov is playing White again.
Actually, it's all day. There are 4 games a day. And all these 4 games start with the same start.
In the same position.
Yeah.
I see.
Yeah.
Next day, it's different position. And the third day is different. Yeah.
Okay. And I should say this match is heralding the newly reopened, revised St. Louis Chess Club, really expanded quarters. I'd love to see it, except I won't have time to visit until next year. And so, great institution, which will be hosting the U.S. Championships later this month.
Yeah.
So now symmetrical position here. Okay. So you can play very slow moving chess with chess 960 as well. The player's castle. Now White, however, with the one move initiative as the only open file.
Almost symmetrical position. Well, not anymore.
Yeah, almost. And White has a normal opening pull. But here Anand starts to play very well.
I think bishop h3 was worth to consider here.
Yes, so bishop h3, you're right. Let's see.
And you know what's the best reply was? It was recommended knight to g1.
Yes.
And then you play bishop e6. And it could be repetition.
It could be repetition, yeah. So, anyway, okay, we traded off those bishops. Structurally, this is a little better for white with that bishop trade. This black's bishop is a little more hemmed in, but it is good squares at the moment. So now Anand starts taking over the initiative, and it's surprising because you usually think this position should be very drawn. But white is a little bit offside, like might say at c5. Yeah, I guess it's in the game. Okay, so g5, again, it's completely equal. You wouldn't think that white is lost in 10 more moves, but now that's a little bit positionally suspect because white is a light squared bishop. And the question is, so white can just play a normal move like knight b3, and then you must admit white's knight is out of play and black has control of e4. So black may have a little initiative in this position.
Well, if Kasparov has a weakness, it is that he just can't resist active moves. But that's also his strength. So
yeah.
So he evidently misjudged what is happening in this position. So he thought maybe black can't take on f5 because of a pin, but Kasparov may simply have misjudged the black's activity in this position. So white's trying to claw at black's game, but in fact, black can simply infiltrate on the dark squares. However, different from what's showing on the clock, apparently Anand lost on time in this position.
Goodness.
And Kasparov actually Kasparov actually apologized to Vishy for saying it's a lost position. I deserve to be punished for that. So Kasparov has a large lead going into today, but the match really should have been a lot closer.
Yeah, but
they have like triple points today, or
triple points exactly.
Okay.
So that's why Anand, if he will win any 2 games, he will be ahead already.
Yeah. So so let me just see which of these 2 games I wish to do first. Oops. Okay. Let me just check. This is I want to do this one first. Okay. So this now is an example of psychedelic play without playing chess 960. So if you want to, so this now, I should say that at the Grand Tour chess finals, there were 2 classical games and then rapid and blitz games. And there was a scoring system by which the classical games counted for 6 points each, split 3-3 for a draw. The rapid games counted for 4 points each, and the blitz games for 2. So this was tied after the regular games. Then Vachar Lagrave broke out to a lead in the rapid games, but Caruana caught up with largely with the help of the blitz games. So this is blitz. It's 5-minute blitz with a 2-second increment, so a little slower than the way blitz is usually played. But Caruana is behind. He needs a win. So the Sveshnikov is definitely, Sicilian with Sveshnikov is definitely an indicated way to play. So it's dynamic, and the idea is, white has control of the center, especially the d5 square, as of now, but black has opportunities to hit back in the center, as we'll see. So the question is, is black's structure damaged? Can black take advantage of the 2 bishops? Can white clamp down on the light square? Can white invade on the queen side? It all comes down to tempi and calculation. So black now is hitting back in the center. And the question is, can white prevent a black horn storm in the center? So here we go. Here comes the pawn storm. This looks really wild because black is uncastled and hasn't even moved the king's bishop yet. But white cannot immediately take advantage of this. And now black is castled. So this engine sees that this is pretty equal. Okay, so
yeah, these positions are so much easier to play for black, which is why for many, many years, knight d5 on move 9 has been favored over bishop takes f6. And especially with Vachier-Lagrave having the lead in the match, I would have thought he might have gone into that. So
yes, knight d5, you're right. That is maybe trading more pieces down.
Yeah.
Yes. So
anyway,
so
it's an interesting game.
Yeah, interesting game, and this is where Vachier-Lagrave goes wrong according to the engine, although he obviously intended to take on f5. Okay, and I must say this does look attractive for white. The e pawn is dangling. You're going to invade on the light squares. The only problem is there's a tactic in the position that probably playing blitz chess, Vachier-Lagrave simply missed, is that black can go here, and if queen takes e4, then there's the fork d5. So this now changes everything. Black plays d5, and now f5, intercepting the pressure on d5, and so white can't build up pressure on d5, so the pin doesn't matter. And now black has full control of the center and a glorious bishop on g7 directing it. And the rest of the game is Space Invader chess. So watch black's pawns. Okay, so white had to move the knight. Now d4, escorted by the bishop. Okay, now black's knight comes in behind. White tries some tactics, on the d5, but black just falls back and has still a very powerful center, supported by rooks now. Now going to have even more support by rooks. The knight comes in behind. The knight establishes itself deep in the territory, and here comes more Space Invaders. So this is hitting at white's some weak squares in white's castled position. Now f3. Okay, so we've made there. Now comes the neatest part of the game. Black can get an attack even after trading queens. First d3, and then
yes, that's so pretty.
Yeah, this is pretty, but here's the prettiest part. a5.
No way, that is so cool.
It even pays for black to drive that pawn to a3, because otherwise, white's bishop on c4 is a finger in the dike of preventing black from invading on the c file and the 7th rank, but that's going to happen anyway. So here we go. And now a3. Now a5, h5. We invade this way. We're going to eventually get a pile on the h pawn. So here, black is just simply objectively winning. Right? So black is going to invade on the g file and or h file. White, since white's rook on d2 is cut off, white really cannot guard both. So in desperation, Vachier-Lagrave tried to eliminate two of black's pawns, but now the c file comes to get white. And after this, Vachier-Lagrave gave up. Okay. Wow. The knight e4 and pushing the f pawn is too strong.
Yeah, this is where the annotator usually says something like, "And here, mercifully, the curtain was drawn."
Right. Yeah. But
wow,
Vachier-Lagrave had his chances. He could have tied up the match in the last blitz game. Oh, sorry, not this game. Whoops. Uh-oh, did I have accidentally closed the window? Oh, looks like I accidentally closed the window. Oh, no, I have it in another place. I'm sorry. Here it is. This is it. Okay. So this was... so Vachier-Lagrave is playing black. Fabiano only needs a draw, okay, to win the match. So he plays, queen pawn, and does not play moves like d5, which would create a more double-edged position. Mm-hmm. And we're getting trades in the center, symmetrical position. After 20 moves, it looks like this position is going to go, in anodyne fashion to a draw. But it's blitz chess, and some things start to happen. Now, black has 2 bishops, but white should be able to trade off the 2 bishops. So this is the first funny stage of the game. There's nothing more natural than knight takes c6, and we're going to go to a draw. Also, curiously enough, the engine says that white play knight takes f7 because black is, after all, hanging the knight on b6.
Ooh.
Okay, but
Nice.
But it's not what white needs in the position, and it doesn't really give white a big advantage. So however, Caruana played knight f3, just going to reroute the knight to d4, okay, which doesn't seem like it cost anything, but actually the engine is now giving black a reasonable advantage because black could have an advantage in development. But Vachier-Lagrave decided to keep his 2 bishops for possible future use. The game now basically becomes even again. Okay. Well, one of the bishops had to be traded, else black would have been too cramped. So now this is definitely looking in draw territory again, and it's even more so after the rooks come off the board. So Yuan, black does double white's pawns. I guess that's a little achievement. And the engine actually says that black has a half pawn advantage, I guess, structurally. But still, you wouldn't expect anything wild to happen in this position. Okay, well, black probing for an attack. So, and now it's completely drawn, but starting about here, white starts either getting short on time or just getting a little bit aimless. Okay, and king h3 is a fine move that forces black to clarify the pawn. And now, white does have a pawn hanging. So this is where Caruana Fabi decided to lash out. White can just play queen f3 and then apparently calculate that black cannot take the pawn. So queen f3, queen takes b2, and then I guess we just play with white's superior pieces. The engine says that white's going to take on b7, and then black gives perpetual check, essentially. But that's not what happened. Instead, Caruana played knight g5 right away, mistiming things. Queen h1 check, king g5. Ooh, is f5 mate? No, because of en passant. But f5 is, however, a very good move for black to play in this position. And now it turns out black's knight on f8 is the perfect piece. White can't disturb black's position. And in fact, white just has to give up the knight, else f5 check is going to corner white's king. So big missed opportunity there. But
we missed that. Well, that's a pity.
Yeah. So he played g6 to blunt, protective against h7, I guess, overprotection. Knight h7 was possible, and so now, however, white is lashed out again. Well, queen f6 check is happening, but there's no follow-up to it at the moment. So black has a moment to breathe to plan an attack, but instead Vachier-Lagrave defended against it's not a bad move. Black still has a big advantage, but you just have to find a way to play. So I don't know what a4 was for. I guess maybe thinking when I take the b pawn, I'll have a passed one. Now, black has the chance to strike with f5 check and does. Okay, so now white's king is truly cornered, and there is a beautiful move for black here. Because g5 check takes, and now you've cleared the g6 square.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So this is going to be mate, but maybe you have to see one more good move for black. Maybe if you're thinking knight g6 check and it fizzles, you reject this. but the killer move for black is to
Yeah,
cut off white's access to a3. Okay. And now white has no check. So the engine actually seizes mate in 27 moves.
Oh my goodness.
Okay. But
Sure.
yeah, it's
And
It's-
by the way, it may have found the mate in 27 before it could have found a mate in 18. So
okay.
that's one of those quirky things.
Yes. So anyway, so G5 check was not found with only seconds left on the clock. Of course, this is fast check. So Vachier-Lagrave played this in the other order. Now white is winning. Okay, but white simply didn't see the idea. Oh, let's see, or maybe it's not. Why does it think white is winning? Okay. Oh yeah, because say wait, Queen D8 check. Can't black play King F7? What am I missing here? Oh, Knight G5 check. Just trades. Oh, I see. Okay, wait.
Well, the point is that it's a perpetual, and if black will go to G8, then queen takes H7 and fork on G5.
Yeah, it's actually that's right. So that's the main point. But this also is winning for white. So
Yeah, because after the king goes on F6, it's a mating net.
yeah.
Isn't that something? Oh, wow. That would have been really hard to see with that amount of time on the clock.
Yeah, with that amount of time on the clock. And now they agree to draw in this position with white winning, because that was what Carolina needed. Black can't go to G8 because then queen takes H7 check and Knight G5 check wins. So anyway, so that was how Vachier-Lagrave missed his chances. Okay, so I have one more game to show if there's time to show it.
The problem is we don't see the board. We don't see you.
Oh, okay. I've changed windows. Now let's see.
No, it's nothing to do with you. It's something to do with Mark. For some reason, I have a
window.
blank.
StreamYard.com. Oh no, this is fine. Let me close the other window that I had and see if that helps it. If it comes back now. Let's see. Okay, so now that window I need to keep open. Why do I have? Let's see. So I have. Oh, I have.
No, I think we're seeing the system wallpaper from the studio.
That's
okay.
I
Let me
do.
stop sharing and try.
Oh, now we see Sasha.
Okay, you see Sasha. So let me try sharing once more and see if it comes up. Okay. And so share entire screen, and now come back to my window where I have the game. Okay, so that's you. That's psychedelic.
I love that. That's kind of like being between two mirrors.
Yep. So here we go. This is what I want to show now. Do you see Badur Jovava and Alan Jones? Okay. Yes. So I just want to show this game. Also, it's from today's European play in the European Team Championship, which is happening in Georgia. So Jobava's big mistake was not playing the Jobava London system.
Yeah, I was thinking this is distressingly normal for Jobava.
Yes, and he's got 4 pawns in the center. White is obviously lost overextended.
Yeah, absolutely. This is back in my King's Indian days. This was one of my favorite openings to play as black.
Okay, yeah. So anyway, so black starts hitting back. Now, actually, this game gets even more fun now. Okay, so normally, why is to maybe you would expect white to guard F4, but white doesn't have time for it. So white hits back, and now white's only move to play for an advantage is to just keep on going with E6.
It's all book.
It's all book. Okay.
Yeah.
So bishop G5, cut and thrust.
I don't know that bishop G5 is book. What does the engine want here? Queen B6 maybe?
Wants white to play D6 right away.
No, I mean, but instead of bishop F6.
Yeah, instead of bishop X, Queen B6. Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
So
D6 or B6?
Queen B6.
B6. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Okay.
Yep. So Gowan Jones right away makes what's a mistake according to opening prep.
Mm-hmm.
And now d6, this is meant to be good for white. But anyway, the game becomes more fun because white tries to invade there. But, white's trying to put pressure on black's position, but now black has some counterattacking chances with c4 check as a possibility. And that maybe legitimizes black now playing for activity on the king side and in the center. Here comes c4 check. And knight g4, queried by the engine instead of bishop f5. But, okay. So this is all interesting here. White's best play is to concede the exchange, but that's a hard decision to make. So white instead hits back at the black's queen attack with a queen attack of his own, but black doesn't capture a piece, guards his own piece. And now I thought you like this, Dan. The knight goes to a square where
it's a fork.
It's a fork where it just travels through. So white should instead just play normally to d5. And
I guess it was just too interesting to pass up.
Yeah. So now e4. So now what's interesting here is that black sort of invites white's rook into the game, into c7. I'm not going to criticize this too much, but now white's rook is trapped. And maybe Jobava didn't realize it, but he's very soon going to
playing a rook down.
Tries to extricate it, but by here he realized, I'm just being pushed off the board, and so Gowan Jones. So
very painful defeat.
Mhm.
Jobava, very painful.
Yeah.
Well, I remember last time I played this opening with black pieces, believe it or not, in 1968 against Paul Keres in simultaneous exhibition with the clocks. And I was the only one who defeated him. He lost to me 4 draws and 5 wins for him. It was in Yerevan, Armenia, in 68. Very memorable thing. Well, anyway, thank you so much for today's program, and we really enjoyed all and every game, and looking forward to see you next week, same place, same time.
Okay.
Thank you so much to all our listeners. Bye-bye, everybody.
All right. Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.